Hello and welcome back to Learn Lua on Codecademy. We're in the conditionals and logic section. This is comparison operators. So far, we have used the most basic Boolean expressions for our if statements. Now it is time to do something a little more interesting. Often, we need to compare two values to make a decision. For example, if the number of people in a room is greater than the number of chairs, then we need to get more chairs. In a Lua program, we can compare values with a handful of symbols we call comparison operators. Here we have A is greater than B. Here we have A greater than or equal to B. Here we have A less than B, and here is A less than or equal to B. Here we would have A equals B, and then A doesn't equal B. So each of these operators need to have two values to compare, and the result is either true or false. For example, we have people in room is assigned 10. We have number of chairs assigned 5. If people in room is greater than number of chairs, then print we need more chairs and end our conditional. In the example above, we use the greater than comparison operator to check if we need more chairs. In this case, the Boolean expression evaluates to true, so we do see the printed statement we need more chairs in the output. What would happen if number of chairs was 11? If number of chairs was 11, this would never evaluate true, so it would never print. What if it was 10? Well, 10 is still not greater than 10, right? So it would still not print out. Thing shows, but we kind of discussed that. Our instructions say we're going to create a program that prints which variable is greater. Create two variables, A with a value of 5 and B with a value of 10. Let's do that now. Let's run that. We pass. 2 says, next, create an if statement that checks if A is greater than B and prints A is larger. Let's do that right under here. If A is greater than B, then print A is larger, and then end. Run that. We do pass. 3 says, create a second if statement that checks if B is larger than A and prints B is larger. Let's do that under here. Print B is larger. Run that. We do pass. 4. Create a third if statement that checks if A and B are equal and prints they are equal. Let's do that here. Run it. We pass. 5 says, play around with the values of A and B to see when the different print statements execute. So here we could test something out like 10 and see it say they are equal. So now, depending on what the values are, we'll get different outcomes. Here we know B is larger. That makes sense. So notice that wherever it evaluates to false, we don't get nothing printed. Only where there's a true condition do we print out. So in this lesson, comparison operators, we're learning the different ways that we can compare values. And using an if condition, if a condition is met, then we can cause a block of code to run. As long as you're understanding that, you're understanding this lesson, and I'll see you in the next one.